Hello everyone, I hope all is well with you today and you've had a great one so far. So welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the playthrough of Resident Evil Anonymous Survivors. So what we're going to do today then is this is the third part. We have just completed the guardhouse. Going to shift some items over of course and make our way back to the mansion. Coming in strong once again in terms of items here. So we'll have plenty of health items and we'll have plenty of ammo as well. I think we'll store that. We'll keep 2 inventory slots free and then we'll just crack on with a shotgun here. So in the last video we defeated Plant 42 after a very long trek back to the mansion to complete the V-Jolt formula. And we got the helmet key of course. I wonder what's going to be waiting for us on the way back here. No enemies. Right. I wonder...
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me. What's up?
This is Chris. Brad, can you hear me? Damn!
Wonder what's going to be waiting for us in the courtyard here. There's been 5 tyrant dogs every single time. Not sure why we're going to do the thing. Yeah, that was close. I wonder what has the... see if I can actually string a sentence here. But of course, in the original game, once you get back to the mansion after completing the guardhouse, you will have the hunters that will come into play. But I wonder what this game's version of the hunter actually is, because it has been pretty surprising so far. Those weird zombies that respawn, even if they've had their heads blown off. That was close. Good run so far. Good dodges. Oh, I am actually a wee bit nervous here. Here we go. Oh, I wish I hadn't escaped actually. Oh, it looks like some sort of a monkey. Well done. What a brilliant dodge that was. What do I have here? Okay. 2 explosive rounds, that's handy. No bullets for the Magnum though. Curious. Okay, so just trying to remember the route from the normal game, and yeah, we can just go on back through the door here, I guess, the one that brings us to the save room. I know I got the dodge, but that was still pretty embarrassing. Another good dodge. Hopefully I can keep my luck up here. What do I have? Some shoddy shells. And I think then what I'll do is, not sure what that item is, could just be handgun bullets, but we'll deposit the Doom book here. Up near the crank actually, just so I don't forget of course for the next part of the game. I'm gonna leave these in here for now, I think. Handgun bullets. Yeah, handgun bullets. Do you know what? I'll take them anyway, even though I'm mostly going to use the shotgun here. I don't really think the handgun's going to do too much against these hunter apes. store these as well. Keep some inventory slots free. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna. I think I'll bring in mixed herbs as well, just in case. Okay, dodges have been pretty good so far. If not lucky, of course. Okay, there's one over there. Oof. Just in case, he says. Oh, wait. Yeah, that caused a lot of problems there. For sure. Here we go, fingers crossed. Oh, great start. Couldn't really see where it was going there. Absolutely dreading coming back this way, to be fair. Absolutely dreading. Like right now as well. This is going to be fun. At least we've got a storage room down below. Storage room, save room, whatever. Same old, really. What do I have here? Oh, a bit hesitant to pick these up. Just because we've only got 2 slots here, you know. No doubt this is going to be the rare jewel. Probably should have turned that light off first. Oh. Well, that kind of just throws everything out of whack here, doesn't it? The only other helmet key door we have then is going to be for the snake fight, of course, because it's going to be absolutely not worthwhile exploring this side of the mansion here. That would have been really good to know. Anyway, on we go. Not what I wanted to do, but you know what? We'll just reset the room here. I'm almost tempted to go to the save room here. Hoping that I'm gonna be okay here. Well done. That was close, my friend. I'll just reset the room again here. Try and get a bit of an idea as to what the second hunter's position is going to be. Maybe try and manipulate that a wee bit. Maybe not. At least we know there's not going to be one here, so the way is clear. definitely don't want to do that much more often here. You know what, after a couple of good dodges, it's been terrible. Every other one's been terrible. Right, so definitely gonna need that. Also thinking that and that. Yeah, that should be enough, I think. Okay. There goes nothing. I wonder, it is going to be the snake, of course, isn't it? Because that's what we fought the first time. Okay, that was good. And we know we're not going to be in any danger upstairs here. So going to be a straight run to the snake. Happy days. I wonder though, if the game was giving me so many handgun bullets, because there's going to be a lot of enemies downstairs here. So that's also a possibility, of course. Oof. Wee tiny bit nervous here as well, actually. Seems like it's going to be a pretty standard snake fight. Did he really have to get that last shot in, like? Oof. No. Because what I'm actually going to do is something I don't think I've done in a Resident Evil playthrough since I was a very, very young lad. And that is, before I go to the basement, I am going to stock up here. I'm thinking Beretta going to be absolutely essential here. Clips as well. Shotgun, I think, might have a bit of a secondary requirement, but certainly not the bazooka. Okay, take them. It seems I'm gonna have plenty here anyway. Okay, no other clips. That is fine. Wondering, should I also leave the shotgun here as well? You know what, I'm thinking it. 2 inventory slots, you know, and it could get a bit touch and go downstairs. Okay, so we've nailed every dodge at this point so far, so let's not miss this one. Okay, that's good. Oh, I realised I didn't heal after fighting the snake as well. Hopefully that's not going to prove to be a fatal error. imagine if the snake just appeared again. That would not be very cool at all. You know what? I'm actually just going to check this wee dining area. No, that's okay, nothing there. Just in case, you know. Here we go, the basement. You know what? Opening camera angle, Hunter Gorilla's ass, that music. I deserve that for leaving the shotgun in the item box. I totally deserve it. Oops. Let's check the old health here. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is not a very pleasant area here at all. I wonder if there's going to be any in the kitchen here too. Looks like a normal zombie. Not the red jewel as I thought. This music is terrible. Oh! He got that step on me. Ah, that's not nice. No, I'm really hopeful here that this place isn't going to be absolutely full of zombies. And if this game plays like the original, I think the Modisc is going to be down here as well. See, here's the question. Do I want to face the final tyrant? Okay, so the corridors are red. Can't hear any noise. I think I will absolutely take this. Let's have a look in here, will we? I think this is the place you get the Modisc in the original game. Oh, okay. Is it empty? Okay, well that's handy actually. He's gonna get me, isn't he? It's pretty durable, this one. I think we'll wait here for a sec. We'll wait for the other zombie to make an appearance. Yeah, okay, he's coming this way. No danger that way. You know what, let's just reload here. No music, no auto-aim triggers. Wonder if a zombie pops out here. Could you imagine? Or a hunter. The audacity. That looks like the Modisc. You know what? We've come all this way. Let's go for it. So the zombie I think spawns at the top of the room here, so it's just gonna be a straight run then, isn't it? So in this room, I can't remember any enemies being here, but then again, okay, no auto aim triggers. Is that an ink ribbon? That is an ink ribbon. Ooh, oh no, I've got 2 ink ribbons already. I'm grateful of the ink ribbons in this game, to be fair, but at this point, like, I just got 22 bullets from that clip. Happy days. Okay, so this automatically presses X. No, see, I'm not going to pick up the ink ribbon because when I go to get the battery, I will of course need to have another slot because generally you get some explosive rounds in there, you know. Ooh! That was close. Oh, it's not those things. Oh. Yikes. Really, really don't like those ones. I'll take the shotgun shells for sure. Absolutely. So in the original game, where the 2 enemies are, there's another door. Well, there's another door here as well. But in the original game, you follow that corridor the whole way around. Couple of zombies, I think, couple of herbs. But ultimately, there's nothing of value. So I think I've got the battery. I'm going to take the chance and I'm just going to get out of here. Because, let's be honest, the mansion is going to be absolutely crawling with hunters here. And I've got a handgun. So I would say that, of course, in the original game, when you try and go upstairs from the basement here, just to get away from the music, but whenever you try and go upstairs here, a zombie will come through the door. And in this game, I'm thinking hunter, perhaps. I definitely thought I got that door trigger. That seems really unfair. Yellow, fine. See, it didn't heal up after the snake. You know what? It's just in case, really. Just in cases. I feel like that hunter shouldn't have got me, but I probably just made a mistake as well. Oof, that was a close one. No footsteps. We'll deposit the modisc, of course. I'm thinking also handgun here as well at this point. It put in a good shift. No, for sure, we're going to store that. Now, we will have an item box just before. We would need to use the eagle and wolf medals, so I can keep the book stored as well. Definitely getting the shotgun, I think. Shells. Do you know what, we'll just grab the first aid spray here as well. And then we'll go back, we'll grab the crank. Then we'll use the battery, which will fill up our item slot. We'll grab the hexagonal crank, which will completely fill up our inventory then after we've used the battery. assuming that we'll take a couple of hits as well. We'll have the first aid spray. And then, of course, by the time we get the second book and second medal, of course, we should have no enemies on our trail. Okay, let's grab the crank then. Handgun. Should I take the handgun? Well, you know what, actually? I don't really think I should. Because when I go underground here, I don't really think I'm going to have much need for it. Maybe a green herb then. Because I'm sure I'm going to use at least one green herb. And worst case scenario, we're going to use the battery anyway. Hunter didn't even move there, because I was moving so fast. Oh, he got me, you wee son of a gun. We're going to have another couple to contend with in here as well. Okay, you know what? Couple of hits, that's fine. That's why we brought the green herb after all. Although I don't think it would have been so... I guess so stressed out about it. If I had have remembered the other save room here. Probably need to use this green herb here, but let's listen for some footsteps as well. That's what I thought. Could have been worse, I suppose, then. Now we'll have 4 tyrant dogs to try and get past here as well. I think we've been pretty solid and consistent so far, but... Okay, so there's 1 out of 2. We will, of course, have to dodge another 5 downstairs here. And then as we come back up, of course, another 4. Here we go. So this one is going to be very interesting indeed. Maybe I should have brought the handgun after all. That was immaculate. This is going to be interesting. Oh, it's a double dodge, that's right, I forgot. We'll have to dodge these guys again. I'll just reset the area here. After this. So I know I've probably explained it in one of the other segments, but just for the purpose of this one again, The reason why I'll go and maybe reset an area or reset a room is just to reset the positions of the enemies. So as you can see there, when I took the elevator the last time, when I got back up, of course the enemies that were in that area were able to move forward. It essentially gives them a little bit of a head start against me. This guy is like lightning. Okay, so one more dodge to do after this. This, I'm hoping, is going to be a bit more straightforward here. Oh, that was close. Well, do you know what? That was a pretty successful section there with all those dodges. Absolutely delighted, relieved. I wonder if Chris has to use a flamethrower. I could have forgot. I wonder what these are. See, I'm actually tempted to take this first aid spray. I'll chance it. Because we're going to pick up the hex crank, and then of course we're going to need another inventory for the second book.
Enrico!
Don't come any closer, Chris.
Wait, what happened?
Double crosser!
Don't!
Hell. Umbrella.
Who is it? Is someone there? Double crosser? What did he mean by that?
Oh, I wonder what he's holding here. Nah. 33 shotgun shells. I think we're going to be okay for this next section anyway. Maybe. Uh-oh. Let's try this again. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and take out the other one here as well. One should give me enough space so that I can go and grab the crank here. Really hope so. Otherwise we'll have a bit more to contend with. Okay. Will I try and go for the other first aid spray? I don't think I will. Never really liked this part of the first game either. I don't think the flamethrower is necessary, is it? It's been such a long time since I've actually played a Chris run because the last time I tried to, I got to maybe this point and actually got decapitated by a hunter. I'm pretty sure I was on yellow fine as well, so I was absolutely devastated. So yeah, it has been a while, so I really don't remember much, if anything, about the flamethrower and if it's required or not. See, there's one here as well. Interesting. That's a pretty quick boulder run. I never thought it was that fast. So, we have one hunter just before the door to the spider. But then if we go up and get what might be flame rounds, that means we'll have to dodge another one. I'll take my chances. Hopefully there is going to be a knife in this room here. Without it, I'm pretty much snookered. Okay, what was that? Is that... Oh, actually, an ice frozen? That is absolutely bananas. The music is absolutely insane as well. I don't know what these composers were smoking, but it must be pretty strong. Absolutely, I'll take that ink ribbon. Blue herb. No, I don't think it's necessary. I am tempted to save though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna need the normal crank anymore. But what I will do for sure is yeah, I'm certainly gonna grab some herbs here. And I'm thinking I don't save. I'm gonna take the chance, but will I get the first aid? No, not get the first aid spray. You know what? Let's check the item box here. The joys of using an analog stick. So, okay, so we have a green herb. Definitely gonna need that anyway. A green herb and a first. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the first aid spray. And on we go. Of course, then in the second part here, when you go into the save room, the snakes will fall from the ceiling. Yeah, just like that. I need to go back and get a flamethrower, don't I? Oh, the plot thickens here, right? Ah, boss is here. That means we'll have another hunter dodge to go for here. Wonderful. Green, fine. Do you know what? That's okay. I'll take that for sure. 240, not rounds, that wouldn't be the right word, would it? Really wishing I had more in the save room. Well, that was a quick fix, and luckily it was straightforward enough. Don't hear any footsteps, that's good. I think the second modus is behind that boulder. I know we went and we got the first one. Decisions. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. Some fantastic camouflage there. Alright then, I guess it's time to go down to the lab. Okay, and if memory serves, there's going to be quite a few herbs up here. So we'll get rid of the 2 metals. And we will of course grab some herbs. I don't think blue herbs are going to be necessary for the rest of the game here. But what I'm really wondering though, I'm in 2 minds whether or not to go back for this modisc. Just because this game's a bit tricky, and I don't know if it's going to be one of those types of things that I should have got to. Do you know what? I'll save once I get into the lab here. We've got some red going on here. I think we should be okay here. I don't see us needing to pick up 2 items here before we get to the next save room. Or, yeah, next save room, of course. Let's see what we'll have in here though. Okay, normal zombies, that's very doable. And we still have a couple of green herbs up here as well, so okay, that's grand. Can absolutely work with that. Oh, I wonder though if the computer, the username and password is going to be the same here though. Oh. Although this game, in terms of puzzles, everything's been exactly the same. I don't see why it would be anything different at this point. No, it's Johnny, you know. You know what, I was going to say that the soundtrack to the lab was pretty creepy until the next part kicked in. The lab soundtrack for this version is pretty creepy actually. You know what, I don't have much experience with Resident Evil Director's Cut, but it kind of reminds me of the lab theme from Resident Evil 2, at least this part we played just now. Okay, cool. Say that the lab soundtrack from the original Resident Evil. Oh, a couple more zombies up here, right? Can't remember the third one ever being there. But yeah, so the soundtrack from the original Resident Evil game, the lab theme is called Concrete Bound. And it's an absolute cracker. I was never really keen on the Resident Evil 1 soundtrack in all honesty. There's a couple of memorable ones. Like the Basement soundtrack, which when I was 12 years old, when I heard that for the first time, it actually freaked me out so much that I just turned the PlayStation off there and then. And then forgot to save the whole way back, so I had to do quite a lot of the game again. Not cool. Wonder what's going to be in here, and in the power room as well. It's one of these things. They suck. We've got some shoddy shells up here. That will do. Okay, and we got a full container. Okay, a red herb, excellent. I think that'll conclude this part here anyway. But I should have enough healing items to get through this room, really, like. Hopefully. You know what? It's the first time I've actually ever enjoyed seeing these things in the game. Because every other enemy in this game has been changed, so it's decent to see something familiar, of course. Tell you what, there's plenty of chimeras here. Was there always 3 in each room? Hopefully there's one in here, actually. Doesn't seem to be. Not that I would hear them anyway. Better to be safe than sorry. Handsome run, there we go. No hits taken in this room, no hits taken in that room. Happy days. Now I wonder, because we've activated the power here, are we still going to have to contend with those stupid G-Virus worms in here? We are good to go, folks. Happy days, and this looks like a clear run to the end of the game now. Let's see what's in the room here, actually. Got a blue and a green. Anything over here? Oh, maybe some shock. An ink ribbon. Nah, I don't really need the ink ribbon at this point. I'll grab the other green, though. Fantastic. I think we'll save up. Just in case. And I'm wondering, it's not like we're going to need to pick up any more items here, is it? Battery for the lift. Lab key. Probably going to use a herb here. Okay, let's go.
Rebecca, you're safe.
I saw you in the garden. I've caught up with you at last.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Don't go out alone.
Yes, sir.
Chris, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now you're wrong. I was formerly with Umbrella, yes. But now I'm prepared to face anything. Even getting rid of you vigilante stars.
Now, the worst possible situation has occurred. The failure of the experiment created a virus, a biological weapon, polluting the entire lab.
No, the worst happened with a tyrant virus. I lost some of my STARS team members because of it.
You killed them with your own hands. Did you kill Enrico?
Really?
Yeah, like this.
Rebecca!
Don't move. If you do, I'll kill you. Chris, I have something to show you. Now, walk.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant!
Wesker looks a wee bit like Johnny Bravo mixed with
Chris?
Duke Nukem here.
Stop it.
Mixed with one of the
Wesker,
enemies from GoldenEye
you're
on the surface
pitiful.
level.
This is your savior? You say this failure is your savior?
You can make sure yourself whether Tyrant is a failure or not.
Okay. It's just sort of changed a wee bit there. New year, new tyrant. Oh, his mouth is moving as well. He's saying something. Where did the jean shorts come from? Tyrant looks buff.
Go to hell.
Tyrant looks a bit
Jill
red
will
as
join
well,
you
actually.
too.
Hopefully this isn't like the end Tyrant, you know. But he looks really buff.
Don't come this way! No!
But also massive hunchback. You can't control what it does. Or no, you won't kill me.
You can't kill me!
Is that it? Okay. Not so bad, not so bad. Indeed. Where's the key? Is it over here, maybe? I don't get it. Am I missing something here? Something's wrong about this. It's like you're supposed to get the master key whenever Wesker got killed. I wonder.
Wow!
Ha! It seems like this bulletproof jacket is pretty strong.
I see.
Wow.
How about Captain Wesker?
He is sleeping with the ultimate failure.
Bad.
Hurry up! I want to get out of here.
Yeah, Chris, you and me both, my friend. But we're kind of missing something here, aren't
Excuse me, Chris.
What, Rebecca?
I saw a research file in this lab. It said that a great deal of research on the tyrant virus exists right here. We should blow this place up.
We're already into it over our heads. Rebecca, can you do it?
Yes, sir. I'll set up a triggering system for a bomb.
Okay, now we have a chance to escape. See you outside the house.
You know what? I'm gonna go back down because this doesn't make sense. There needs to be a lab key here. So I'm gonna go back. Maybe the body has been moved or something. And we'll see. Hopefully the hopefully the lab key's here. Maybe we couldn't see it because Wesker's body was on top of it, you know. Oh, that's really not helpful. It's really, really, really not here. You know what? Let's play through the game as we normally would. Let's just hope that let's just hope that a key isn't required then. Because if it is, it means that it's potentially somewhere that I haven't explored. And that's why I'm thinking I could go back into the power room here. Go to the end of that room. Where you, of course, finally, or you fully connect the circuit so that the elevator works. Terrible. So the first time we came through this room, I think we got like one hit or something, and we got absolutely murdered there. That's terrible. At least we know. And the other places then, really? We need to solve the box puzzle so that we can gain access to another modus room. At this point, it can't hurt. Should be okay in terms of health items and things. These boxes are in a bit of a different what they are in the original game, from what I remember. I should have pushed the steps down first, actually. Take them, like. It's just not what I'm looking for at the moment, though. Nothing else then. No, I guess not. Okay. In the it's in there. Like, you know what? I'm gonna head upstairs. And I'm just gonna chance it up there. Because even if it's not up here, and I have to go back and look through the lab, at least there's a storage chest up here. I think you did need the key to gain access to that door. So, just in case, again, and it's only because this game's been a wee bit goofy sometimes, and I say that with love, by the way, I'm not calling this a bad game or anything, but this game has a bit of a habit of being unpredictable. Well, I have nothing else. Worst case scenario, there's 2 green herbs in the hall there. Okay. I think Brad's being a wee bit sassy there. Where's Rebecca?
There is 3 minutes until explosion. I made it! I set off the triggering system to the bomb!
Great! Rebecca! Brad's up in the helicopter!
Ah,
Look at those
that is
monsters!
the sound you want to hear. We're just about to finish this.
Get in contact with him by any means!
Guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we had 3 minutes when I have 2.5. Can you quicken the pace a wee bit here?
Trust me!
32 seconds. Oh, it's still counting down as well. That is wonderful. Looks like the game also included the loading screen as well. Wasn't going to let you get away with that. So let's say, for example, we do have to face the final tyrant. We basically have 2 minutes here. Not even 2 minutes. Why is there a rocket launcher on the ground? I see. What is this? Chris, why are you not picking up the rocket launcher, my friend? obviously.
Destroy the monsters with it.
One shot, obviously. Better late than never, I suppose. You know what? I'm not even going to set the controller down at this point, based on how this game has went so far. One thing I will say though is that what they've done with the final Tyrant, sort of, I don't know, creating a bit of a splice between that and one of William Birkin's transformations as well. That's pretty cool. The G4 transformation, maybe. That's pretty cool. Is this the music when you get when you finish on the bad ending? 4 hours 26 minutes. That's terrible. And I guess then that is Resident Evil Anonymous Survivors. Let's see if we load the game up here and it gives us the rocket launcher as well. Although, do you know what? I don't really know if I can be annoyed. I guess I'll load it up, sure, just for the purpose of the video here. Good luck. That's not gonna load us back up in the bedroom, is it? It has to be the hall. We'll start with a knife and the first aid spray again. Well, I guess one thing I will say about the game is that it's interesting. I found that the way the guys have modded the original Resident Evil Director's Cut, it's been pretty interesting. I like what they've done with the enemies. Of course, we still had your standard zombies, really, but then we had those weird immortal things that respawned even after you killed them. Of course, then the dogs were changed to Tyrant dogs, and then the hunters were gorillas. Like the final boss fights, Power Room Chimeras weren't changed. Music, I think, was the same as Director's Cut. The overall storyline was exactly the same, but characters were changed. Overall, I would say that I like what they've done. In terms of... I like what they've done in terms of, you know, the differences in the enemies, really. The reskin of the characters, the playable characters. But in terms of weapons, so they removed the Colt Python. Very bold choice, to be fair, because I know that was always a lot of players' favourites when playing through the game. And then, of course, you know what? Let's pause that for a second, because the music's very off-putting. I like what they've done, again, with the enemies and just the overall playthrough. Reskinning the characters, but in terms of the voice acting, of course, look, I know it was probably maybe a couple of friends or maybe a passion project rather than anything else, really. And that's what it comes across as, just maybe a couple of guys or a team of people maybe goofing around a little bit and just trying to see what they can change, really. I liked the way the game started, of course. You started as an unknown character, a new character. You started in a random location. picture on the wall, but then as you progress through the game, really, the items were exactly the same, except for, of course, when you mixed the herbs. But then when you mixed the red and the green, it was different. When you mixed the green and the green, it was the same. And then any other combination of herbs was exactly the same. I think the only combination I didn't try was green and blue, but, you know, par for the course and all that, it didn't really seem to be missing much. The weapons, the only weapon that seemed to have a bit of a facelift was the combat knife, which was remodeled to look like a pool cue. And the movement was different, the attack movement, sorry, but the weapon range, the range of damage seemed to be exactly the same, and inflict the same amount of damage as well. I did enjoy those moments when you came across an enemy that you hadn't seen before. I know I definitely exclaimed a few times, to put it that way, especially when those sort of tyrant dogs busted through the window for the first time. Files haven't been changed, you know, everything is exactly the same from that sense, which is a bit of a shame, because some lore on the game, in-game, probably would have been quite valuable here, quite appreciated. I look, I'm not a video game critic of, you know, really, by any means, but I played a lot of video games over the years, and I think maybe I've built up enough credit so they can, I can definitely have an opinion on these things. But I enjoyed what I played, really. And of course, you know, I haven't seen this screen just yet. So this mod has been created by Biohazard España and El Rincón del Lobezno, sorry, I got the N and the Z mixed up. So yeah, I guess Biohazard España and Lobenzo's Corner. So, and Biohazard España is a channel that I followed for quite a number of years, really. Biohazard España. I know they've done a lot of mods when it comes to Resident Evil games. Used to watch quite a lot of the videos on YouTube, although haven't heard much from them in a wee while, really. Maybe a couple of years, actually. Maybe a bit of incentive to go and check the channel here. In the description of your video, thank you. Please set arch. Do you know what? I think I will. When I upload this, I'm definitely going to do that, because I know the guys definitely put a bit of work in here. For me, it felt like at a certain point, people just wanted to finish this project, really. And that doesn't, I'm not saying anything bad, really, but there was no difference in the files. I don't have enough experience with Resident Evil Director's Cut to know if every song was like for like, really. I like the way they changed some of the environments, some of the rooms, adding blood to the walls and the doors as well. Guys, it didn't happen often enough, and I think the game here could have benefited from a bit more of that. I mean, the first time you leave those rooms, after the fish tank and whatever, and you come across those enemies. Excuse me, but you come across those enemies and you don't know if they're zombies or not. That was a brilliant moment, really. And then, of course, you know, playing through the original game has given me plenty of experience to know that certain things are going to change within the game, like the hunters being introduced, for example. I thought that was pretty good. I don't know exactly how much or how many resources these teams had to work with, really. But if these guys were working with not a lot of resources and just, again, a passion project, then yeah, guys, hats off to you. But, you know, Biohazard España, I've followed that channel for a really long time, and the quality of their mods, and certainly what they upload to YouTube, was always of a very, very high standard. I thought that this one didn't quite reach the mark, really. But you know what? I enjoyed playing through it. 4.5 hours. The last time it took me at least 4 hours to play through a Resident Evil game was maybe the last playthrough I done of Resident Evil 4, which was several years ago on the PlayStation 2. So, you know, perhaps that's what I'll look into next, really, the next generation of Resident Evil, rather than, you know, the original trilogy. And of course Resident Evil Survivor, which I'm definitely going to sink my teeth into at some point as well. But yeah, guys, that's been my playthrough on Resident Evil Anonymous Survivors. You know, the playthrough itself has taken over 4 hours, 4.5 hours. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you tuning in and coming to the channel, your engagement, as always, really. And if you haven't already, please, if I could ask you to consider dropping me a like and a subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content. In terms of what's going to happen next, see, I want to maybe go back to my speedrunning roots a little bit, because that's really where I started to do this. I started to do speedruns of Resident Evil 2 and Street Fighter, and talking to my friends about it, and they told me to start uploading videos, and that's what I've done. But that was several years ago at this point. But maybe I'll go back to my roots for a wee while and go back to the speedrunning, because I certainly missed that. Challenging for Street Fighter runs, Resident Evil runs as well, Metal Gear Solid, of course. But yeah, I know that I've pretty much, I don't know, I want to say I pretty much rinsed those games dry, but I don't think I have at this point. But with all of that in mind, of course, guys, thanks very much again for coming to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you've all had a very good new year so far. I personally have some news which I spoke about in the last video very briefly, but I'm moving back to Ireland here, maybe in a week or so. And I don't regret that. And I am looking forward to the next chapter in my life. So take care, everyone. Have a good one. And God bless. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye.